go. Let's go.
Nothing fancy to kick us off, other than a small little recap of action. The party last fought the gatekeeper giantess to enter Helheim. Was beat to all hell, and then led to a hut where they met an old hermit, asked who they were, asked them for the stories of their life, and connected some dots in some backstories, such as possibly pinning Loki on the murder of Tobias' mother. That question. With a funny. But before we begin, get back in the hut, we have to go boo back in time a little bit. See if I have it all set up. See if my Roll20 can cooperate and maps first. And
It would.
being cooperative.
Shh, don't jinx it. Shh.
We are back on the bridge. We're back on the bridge for a very good reason. Because I'm going to put you all back here a little bit. Well, Helheim. Oh, I need to get my screams. Helheim needs to scream. There we go. There we go. Because as we're here, we can finally flash back to this since we have Astrid with us. As you finish the fight, you all notice where once was Astrid is the king. Sounds like the king, looks like the king. King Asbjorn the Red is in front of you all.
Gwen will run up to him and say, "Your Highness, where's Astrid?"
Yeah, where's the sassy gal?
So I imagine that in my head canon, Asbjorn has like a pretty low baritone. So this is like in Astrid's sort of speech patterns and whatever, but in that deep, very clear, caring voice. What is wrong with you, Gwen? Did you get hit on the head?
Gwen like jerks back in surprise because she's never heard him talk to her like this before.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "Your Highness, I don't know what you're referring to. Astrid was just here and now you're here. What happened? Where is she?"
Is this King Asbjorn walking like Astrid walks?
Yes, 100%.
Would I be able to make an insight check on that?
Sure. And
This is fishy as fuck,
You're a lot
guys.
prettier than your daughter is.
Astrid, can you give me a deception?
Sure. An unconscious deception.
With your 22 insight over a natural 1, you can see Tobias' movements, the way they talk, walk, everything sounds and kind of looks like it would be Astrid, except it's the king.
So Asbjorn just sits down on the ground because low health, and looks around at everybody else and goes, "What is happening, Gwen? Do I need to heal you? What's up?"
What's up?
Mm-hmm.
Tobias is gonna walk over and just like hold one of his hands up, to kind of beckon King Asbjorn to place his hand over it.
Mm-hmm.
Does the hand that I feel small or feel big?
Oh no, it feels like the king's hand.
Okay,
What
well,
is
it's not an
wrong?
illusion.
What is wrong with you, Tobias? What is this about? What are we doing?
Okay.
Astrid?
Astrid,
Yes.
look at your hands.
I look at my hands.
You look at your hands and you see your father's hands.
Gwen is fussing in her bag, and I will pull out a lamp that I have, and I'll like on the side, and I will like rub it with the sleeve of my jacket, and I will hold it up to try to give her some form of view of her current reflection.
And if you look into it, Astrid, you rather than seeing your face, with the white hair semi-green, you see a rather gruff-looking red beard, long flowing red hair, and a semi-crown around your head as you are staring at the face of your father.
So the first thing Astrid does, again, in the low, deep, bellowing voice that often is heard across battlefields, she just screams, and I'm not gonna do it to, blast out everybody's sound. She just screams, Loki! What the fuck?
Can I roll it as she's like as she's freaking out? Can I roll an Arcana check to try to figure out what's going on?
Sure.
Awesome.
She just keeps screaming, like
27.
You do get you can sense an aura of magic around King Asbjorn. It does not seem to be an illusion placed upon them. It definitely seems something much more powerful. And as you kind of maybe get your supplies set up and begin kind of just studying it, it seems to be something like self-done. Like this has been done to themselves by themselves.
Oh, weird.
Sometimes when people have been transformed, if you bug them really, really hard, they'll go back to their normal form. We can try that and just
No.
walk and stick ready to go.
No. This is something that's either been blessed on her or something that she's had for a while. This magic is it's I guess self-inflicted, maybe a way to kind of word it.
just Astrid just screams,
When they say
this
things
is not a
you look like your
blessing!
father, they don't usually mean like this.
This is not a blessing! Make it stop!
I don't know, maybe it is a blessing, and in dark times, in times of need, your father shows up to help you. Like, it could be.
Kind of weird that the way you show up is by taking over. It's kind of weird,
You know what? For once, I agree with you, old woman.
It's not taking over, though. Astrid's obviously still in control. She's still here. It just doesn't look or sound or swing like her, but she's still here.
Tobias, what's the biggest weapon that you have?
The biggest weapon I have.
Yes,
That's
the
a good question.
heaviest.
The heaviest. It looks like it's gonna be a regular assault axe. Yeah, a regular assault axe.
So
And the regular.
the king turns to you and says, "Give me your axe.
Oh,
Give it to me."
all right. Okay. Oh,
So Astrid just wants to see if, in fact, her father has come to help. So is there a tree or something nearby?
No.
Okay. Just, I mean, there could be. So basically,
Not on this side of the gate.
okay, goes to goes to lift the axe and just tries to swing it to see if there's strength and any kind of like muscle memory or anything, or whether she's like completely terrible with it as she would be as herself.
Okay. Roll me a strength. Straight strength.
Okay. Oh my god, seriously? At this moment? Alright.
You swing it, and you go through with the test swing.
Dice
and
are
it
telling the
feels
story.
fine.
Oh. Just the king just sits down on the ground. He's going, oh no. Oh, nope. Loki,
You
make
called?
it
I'm kidding.
stop.
You
Okay, Gudrun, bonk me.
No, don't.
I'm ready for bonking.
Do it.
Bonk.
roll an
Uh,
attack.
Do I get Asbjorn's AC?
Nope.
Oh.
I'm gonna. I don't actually want to cut into you with my axe, so I'm gonna pull out my OG bonking stick. Ooh.
You miss.
Yeah, that's
Maybe your instincts of
low quality
way
bonk.
to swing Astrid come into effect.
I block it with the axe I'm still holding. Then I go, shit.
And
You said you wanted me to hit you, and then you're like, I'm gonna block the attacks. Fine. See if I try to help you again.
Let's do it again. And she tosses the axe down on the ground. Do it again.
roll another swing.
There we go.
16. We can say it doesn't do damage if you don't want it to. But it does connect with you, King Asbjorn / Astrid. Nothing changes.
Oh.
Except for the fact that you do hear a voice in your head. Well,
It's the noise I'm making.
less in your head and more like over your shoulder. Like
Uh-huh.
this.
Uh-huh.
And it just simply says, if you want it to stop, just simply do it yourself.
Can I tell whether it's coming over my right or my left shoulder?
It is coming over your left shoulder.
Okay, so I got the big, gauntlets on and stuff that he fights with. So I just snap my fist back over my shoulder as hard as I can.
You snap your fist back, and you connect with air as you hear a chuckle somewhere off in the distance.
Son of a bitch. Okay. That's all out loud. Okay. I am Astrid Asbjorn's daughter. Damn it.
Roll me a D100.
I love rolling D100s. I know there's not always a 100 option, but like it makes me feel like there's endless possibility.
It didn't go through to roll 20, but it's a 25.
Okay. If you want, I will. Okay, you have a 25. Good to know.
So,
Hold on a second.
okay. Astrid
wow,
looks down
okay.
at herself.
Where once was the
Loki
king.
just-
Hold on a second, as my roll 20 cooperates because this is a large map. Where once was King Asbjorn is now Astrid.
Alright. I just beat Loki's dice roll.
You in fact did. I rolled a 9.
I like this mechanic. It's good. Okay. So, she looks down and then she just goes, we gotta
We'll
do
never talk
something
of this
about
again.
this. Yeah, let's not. Let's not talk about this again, except we gotta deal with this. I
You
hate
still
this.
do you still want my axe?
No, sorry. Astrid picks it up off the ground and hands it back. And kind of goes, oof. And she tries to
Tobias Tobias sheathes it and he says, "You know, thank goodness that I am certain I will not feel the same rage you do towards Loki anytime soon."
okay. I feel a lot. There's a lot of rage. Okay. I guess we can't really talk. We can't really deal with this right now. But just okay. Listen, we just like saved the world, right?
Yes.
So you'd think that the other gods would be paying a little bit of attention when I asked them to just smack him around a little, right?
I wish I could say yes, but judging by the way Mimir talks, they're kind of got a lot on their plates right now.
Yeah, I don't think they're really listening to you right now.
Well, obviously they're not.
You hear over your left shoulder again after Gudrun says that. Oh, but
Oh, I pop back with my fist again.
just another phantom chuckle.
So I'm just, for the rest of you, I'm just spasming.
Yeah.
You may need a healer to look at that nervous twitch of yours, Astrid.
I was trying to punch Loki, but thanks.
Well, in that case, perhaps make it faster.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, oh my god, this is terrible.
I imagine you guys are having this talk maybe beyond the gates as Kavak is leading you through them.
Yeah, it can be a walk.
Yeah, let's do that.
And time eventually passes when we fast forward to the Draugr hut, where you have made acquaintance with the hermit inside, and eventually found all of yourselves sleeping a nice, totally not dangerous rest within a very dirty, icky hut.
Tobias is just like kind of mumbling in his sleep. I understand your rage. I understand your rage.
And let's see. Tobias and Astrid, can you guys
Shit.
roll me a D100?
Okay. Remember to actually roll.
You wake up as other people. Surprise!
Oh, you're Gudrun.
And make sure everyone to get your long rest, because that will happen. So update your health bars. Because the night isn't good. You will still get your rest. Nothing really happens. For now. You will still get the long rest. 92, you say, huh? Okay, we're gonna start with you.
This checks out. This checks out.
Tobias, as you are sleeping and tossing and turning on the cold wooden floor of the hut in Helheim, you find yourself in a field of snow. You find yourself in a field of snow with a lone tree. But you don't. You seem to have the presence of a spectator, almost. You find yourself at the edge of some woods, watching this field of snow with a lone tree. And at the base of the tree, you see a woman who you would recognize to be your mother. You see a single set of footsteps. But then your view changes and you're walking that same set of footsteps, almost in the same exact pattern as the previous set of footsteps. You're step in step in the snow, leaving no trace of your own footprints.
Got it. Okay.
And you're slowly walking up towards the woman.
Is my gaze controlled, or do I have any agency towards any of my faculties?
You are able to look around. You do not seem to, as much as you might, you do not seem to be able to stop your stride.
I try to mutter out a word to see if I can speak. Mother? Mother?
You go to mutter something out, and you feel nothing but restraint against your lips as the words struggle and fail to shout out towards the woman kneeling in front of the tree.
I will attempt to shock myself with Crimson Right to like stop myself from walking any further, or even halt or stagger.
As you attempt to do so, give me a perception.
Okay. Perception check. Go.
You go to do this. Your power doesn't go through, but your figure is halted. You do stop moving maybe 2 or 3 steps behind your mother. You are standing so close to her. But your vision, almost like the telling of a bad omen, is wrenched upwards towards the tree. And you see a dead tree devoid of leaves. But rather, where leaves should be are endless coils of snakes. And as you see this endless coil, rather than what you are known, or what you have known your entire life of your mother's death, perhaps this is just another way of you viewing it. Perhaps this is someone telling you something, showing you another way it could have happened. One of these very large snakes coils down from a branch, strikes, and bites deep into your mother, as you are left there to watch and suddenly jolt awake.
I'd imagine that Tobias wakes up in a cold sweat, and he's gonna look around for a moment. And if everyone's asleep, he would like just prop the door open a little bit and kind of just sit on the inside of the door, just so he can get a little bit of fresh air.
Okay. Everyone does seem to be asleep except for this man right here.
Oh, okay.
He does see you jolt awake and kind of gives you a look. Again, for the description of this man, because I believe Ashton was not here for that, he's a decrepit older man, almost bone, not fully zombie or skeleton, but he is there. has some sort of markings all across him that you can't really tell what it is, and he has a blindfold over his eyes, but that does not seem to stop him, as whenever someone talks or moves around, he seems to be able to track all of you with ease.
It's
Does he
a
have a
bad
name?
dream.
Sorry.
For now, he has just been known as the Hermit.
Okay.
But Tobias kind of just meets his quote unquote gaze just for a moment before walking past to like right here after opening the door.
He says in turn, yes, well, when one is in company of the god of deceit, you tend to have bad dreams.
Are you saying he's following me?
I'm saying he is here, and we must stop him.
All right. I'm listening.
I'll remind you of my task. I can only help once I am whole again. And for that, I need to leave this cursed place.
All right. We'll see what we can do.
You try and rest some more. Once everyone is awake, I shall tell them more of what I need.
Very well. After just getting a waft of the chill air, Tobias will close the door again, but he'll stay propped up near the door like that.
As you kind of lay back near the door, Astrid. Hello, how you doing?
Hey, hi. I'm good. So good.
What are you dreaming about?
Wow. I think maybe there hasn't been a whole lot of time to process. So I might be dreaming about like running through Helheimr frantically, and just kind of the carnage that we just blew by on our way to, fix things ultimately. So just the screams and the buildings burning and the corpses.
Roll me a perception check, please.
Sure.
Okay. It takes you a bit to connect. You're running through the streets. You're running through the halls. There's screams all around you. Bodies lay everywhere. Carnage all about the city. You see your father strewn about after a battle with the rune thief. And you are running alleyway to alleyway, street to street. So it takes you a little bit to realize that the screaming has stopped. But you're still walking through Helheimr. You're walking through the city. The screaming has stopped. There are no bodies around you. And you don't realize, maybe until it's too late, that almost as if you walk through a fog cloud, the scenery has changed to some place that you've been before. One of the very first places you've been since coming back from the dead. after one of the very first dream spaces you've been after coming back from the dead. You find yourself walking on a lake. You are walking on the water. It's a calm lake. There are no waves. And the only light you have around you is the light of a full moon up above. And it doesn't take you long at all to realize that this is the place where you first had a full conversation with Loki.
Well, I stop. And I just turn slowly all the way around. Because I'm expecting to see him.
And as you turn, you are greeted with a robed figure with a twisted, bloody smile. Yellow teeth in the mouth. Not someone you would want to meet in a dark alleyway. And he's just kind of standing there for this moment. He's just smiling at you.
I cross my arms and stare back.
You know, for someone who accepted this deal, you seem rather against the power that I give you.
You know as well as I do that it wasn't a fair deal.
Surely you don't think that the Allfather would have given you anything better than I?
Well, he is better than you, so probably.
He chuckles and then disappears. But you know this shtick. You turn around, he's there again, but rather than one Loki, there's several. Which
Yep.
you've experienced before, kind of encircling you, as they all kind of talk around you as one.
Your insults may work on those not of godly power. Astrid has been a starter. But you play with fire. And unfortunately for you, my fire burns brighter.
Why are you doing this? What's the point?
Well, since you killed my last champion, I needed a new one.
Again, not a fair deal. Didn't agree to be your champion.
And yet here we stand.
So I take it back. I'm breaking the deal. I'm walking away. I'm saying no. No more deal.
Unfortunately.
I take back the handshake. I take back the handshake. I take back the words. I take back anything that got signed. There were no witnesses. There is no deal.
Roll me a persuasion. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have my Loki stat block up right now.
fine. I'm just also gonna add, if you think this was such a great deal, and if you think that there was enough of a deal that I'm in trouble for breaking it, then sue me. Take me to court. Let the gods decide. I'll call on them right now, myself.
Oh, I got my Loki stat block. Alright. Let's see what this god can do, shall we? And I'll have this be out in the open. You can see his number.
Sure. Oh,
That was
nice,
close, though.
nice. Yep.
That was very close.
Mm-hmm. So Astrid just starts calling out for Forseti and basically calling out and saying, I demand arbitration, I demand mediation, I claim against Loki that he is trying to trap me with a false contract that makes all the gods look bad. I demand judgment.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Hold on a second. Roll me an insight.
Sure.
Okay.
I want to talk to your manager, god damn it.
You, for a split second, despite not being able to see his eyes, amongst the horde of Lokis that surround you, you spy a hint of fear and panic in the face of, oh god, in the face of the various Lokis. And then I don't know what that was. Someone's microphone blew up, and I had big feedback. But you see panic and fear in the face of the multiple Lokis, and then they all disappear, leaving you
Leaving
alone.
one, or
bit.
just leaving me alone? Okay.
Leaving you alone.
Okay. Astrid is going to keep calling out. She's going to start going through the gods, starting with Freya. Okay. Blessed Freya, you owe me something for restoring the actual remembrance of your name. I have been one of your greatest servants and will only get better. So help me gain the ear of forestry. I need a trial. Loki is up to his shit. And he made a contract with me under false pretenses. So help me out here. Odin, Loki is tricking me by using your face. Yeah, exactly, Gwen. Loki is tricking me by using your face. He made a contract in your name. And now he's up to his usual tricks and trying to use me for bad things, so I demand a trial, I demand a hearing.
As you say this, you hear the voice of Loki kind of echoing around the entire plane that you're walking on, and you just hear it saying,
No, you must stop. You can't take this one from me. You can't follow me this one. All of you have champions. It is only right that I take my claim on one. No, you must not.
I never agreed to be the champion. I never did. That didn't come up. He brought me back to life, but I thought it was you, Odin, so this isn't fair. I demand justice. I demand being able to get out of this false contract, so I'm just gonna keep yelling.
As you're yelling, roll me perception.
Okay. Oh my god.
You're maybe a bit deep into, yelling out everything, so it takes you a while to realize that there's a presence behind you. Eventually, you do feel something behind you.
I whirl around and try to punch it.
You whirl around and try to punch it. And you almost... Roll me a d20, actually. Let's see how close you get.
If I punch Freya, this is not going to be good, yo.
11. Okay. You feel a little bit of cloth and fabric pass over your fist as a figure poofs back further a couple of steps, and you hear a voice and see a figure, a familiar figure, say,
It is rather amusing that you believe the others can hear your voice. Unfortunately for you in this situation, my hands are tied.
and him and about 10 other Lokis all hold up their hands, and there is literal rope around them.
So, if they can't hear me, what? Did you tie yourself up? Kinky. But I'm not interested.
Unfortunately, you didn't always enjoy my jokes anyways.
It's true. So, they can't hear me. So, here I am. So, if you want me to be your champion, are you going to just keep me here forever? Because that'll be great. I can champion your tied up self.
Oh no, you'll go back. There's still a lot to be done, whether you and the others like it or not. I just come here bearing a message for you. You can choose not to deliver it, but that will only further the fate of your party. So I'll leave you with the decision whether I take everyone or just one of you.
I'm sorry, was there a message in there?
Oh yes. The message. The others are meddling in business that does not belong to them. Tell them to stay away, or you won't be the only one finding themselves the color green.
Okay, got it, got it. Meddling, got it. Color green, yes. So I'm sorry, you're bearing a message. Who is this actually from then that you're being the messenger for? I didn't catch that.
The whole group of Lokis kind of immediately circle in around you, almost like claustrophobic, and they all have their hands on, like, your shoulders. Like a single hand on each of your shoulders. And all of them, with their twisted smiles, you can see specks of dried blood where the blood was fresh, but as you once saw him rip his stitching, blood does still begin to pour, dripping onto the surface of this lake. And all of them in unison say, they don't necessarily answer your question of who the message is from, but rather attempt to further their threat and say,
Ragnarok is coming. And if you don't want to be the one to herald it in, and have your friends have to bury you again, you will tell them to back off what they seek.
and then all the Lokis simultaneously just poof into a smoke cloud. And just like Tobias, you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night.
Okay. Before I realize that I'm waking up, I just scream, "You're a little late! We already stopped it!"
I'll let you decide how much of that is actually screamed out as you jolt awake.
100% screamed out, all of it.
Okay, so Astrid and Gudrun, roll me perceptions. Let's see if...
Did you mean me?
Yes, did I say Astrid? I meant Gwyn and Gudrun.
Yeah, no worries.
Whoops.
I sleep like the dead, y'all. I don't hear shit.
Yes.
I honestly,
screaming,
that
I'm
works
screaming at the
perfectly.
top of my lungs.
Gwyn is still asleep. Gudrun, you are woken up by his scream.
How about Kavak?
I'll roll for him.
Oh my god, why are you waking up an old lady in the middle of the night?
It's a different kind of scream than usual, Gwen.
Let's see. He does wake up.
And Ezekiel?
Oh boy, let me find him.
Over 10, he wakes up.
I can actually roll his stat. See. Perception. He wakes up and he also like jumps out, shout, "Ah, who shouted? Why are you waking up a dwarf in his sleep?"
That's what I said, except I said old lady.
So,
And you
Oh,
hear, you simply hear from this hermit, from the old man sitting on a broken piece of wood. He just looks at you, Astrid, and says,
Another bad dream, I take it.
hey, a little bit more than a dream. Gwen! 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 I'm shaking Gwen. You gotta wake up. And
"Gwyn, you are
Astrid
shaken
just
awake."
starts crying. Astrid's just,
What's up? What's going on? And she's like reaching for her book because she's so used to them just needing to get straight into a fight.
so Astrid is just crying. I was so scared, but I got in his face anyway. And she just like downloads the whole thing.
It's okay. It's okay. And Gwen's like sitting up and just like basically patting Astrid until her sleepy self can like get around Astrid to like pull her in for a hug, and is just like soothing her, just like definitely like mid yawn, telling her everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I think probably I'm a little bit muffled because I'm like just
Deep
like,
into her shoulder.
yes, exactly. Yes, Tobias, but she was still petrified inside.
Yeah, she's Gwen's like half awake. She's got like one eye fully open and the other eye still like trying to open itself up, and her big blue eyes are just kind of scanning the crowd that's staring at Astrid, just kind of trying to gauge what the fuck is going on.
I thought it would be smart if he didn't think I was scared, and oh god, he's probably listening to this right now, but we have to do something. I said that we needed to do it later, but we have to do something.
Well, Cody up, let's do it.
Gotta do?
I don't know.
Well, then why don't you wake
Okay,
us up?
listen. Here's what I need help with. Here's what I need help with. Okay, so when I started calling on the gods, he looked scared. When I started asking them for justice and a trial, he looked scared. He said that they couldn't hear me where we were, but then he got tied up, and I don't think he did it to himself. I think he would have been acting very differently if he had done it to him anyway. So I think maybe we need to start
Astrid, real quick,
requesting.
roll me an insight check, just real quick.
Okay. Yep. Uh, I have a cat helping me.
Perfect. Because the cat will give you this information. Kind of a post-situation type of deal.
Right.
When he appeared with his hands tied and went, unfortunately for you, my hands are tied, it was mocking you. He was mocking you.
Okay.
The fact that he's not taking you out of this deal, you are going to be his champion.
Okay. So I will edit my comments to that, but I think we need to just start pestering. We need to start pestering the gods to make this happen. We need to just like really keep asking that it become number one on the agenda, the next shareholders meeting or whatever, and we just because this is not it can't be right, it can't be real, they can't make me go through with this.
Shh. It's gonna be okay. Listen.
Every little thing is gonna be alright.
Listen. Look, we've got a little bit left to do in Helheim. The good news is our new Fred Sindrig could possibly put in a word for somebody to talk to you. He knows the gods. But to ask him to do such a feat, we'd probably need to do something for him in return, and probably outside of this.
Yeah, here's the thing. The message that I was told to deliver was that we are meddling in business that doesn't belong to us, and that we're looking for things that we shouldn't be, and so we don't know what that applies to on all the stuff on our list right now.
Yeah. And why wouldn't we talk to the person who could connect us with the gods to try to get you an audience with somebody?
I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm saying.
Kavak pipes up and says, I was recently told that there may be some presence of the Aesir here in Helheim. I know not where, but perhaps we can search for them.
Would that be your advice in this case, in terms of everything that we're supposed to be doing right now?
would choose to believe. If I'm here to guide you through Helheim, and I'm told that there's the presence of those from Asgard here in this realm, that is where I believe we should seek.
Everybody, what do you think? This isn't just about me, obviously.
I don't really have any other major plans. I'm down.
Searching for the Acer. I look at the hermit, and I'm looking for a reaction from him.
Give me an insight.
Okay. Insight.
He has the look of. He displays a look of kind of non-agreement to this decision. Like his face twitches and he's like,
Alright, well, I don't see any reason why not to.
And he does pipe up with his own opinion, says,
If Loki is still ruining everything, we must get me out of here. I know of someone who can help, but you must aid me in getting there first.
We must do what?
aid him in getting there first.
Okay. When I was not here, did any of y'all ask him his name?
They did. He said he could not remember it.
I'm sorry. Has it, since we've been here, you've been sleeping, do you feel any better? Do you remember your name by chance now?
Everything is still what dead memory is to me.
Insight check.
Sure. He seems to be telling a partial truth in that what he has told everyone so far does seem to be all he can remember, but he is possible he's holding some stuff back.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and is he laying down? Did he sit up?
He's sitting on this piece of broken wood.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over and kind of do the sitting on my heels thing and look at him, even though he's got that thing over his eyes, and say, "What are you not telling us? Because I am tired of getting into things without knowing all the facts."
Give me a perception check. Wow. Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna whisper you something.
Okay.
I'll send it to you on Discord.
Whispers.
Yeah, I'll send it to you on Discord.
Do we have a whisper sponsor? WizKids. Hero Forge.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I just thought of a genius idea. Pepper, could you follow me to Game Channel B, please?
Bye.
Right.
Hello. How are you?
Good. This is exciting.
Yes, are you ready for your whisper?
I am ready for my whisper. I'm marking it as such in my journal.
As you get up close to him and kneel in front of him, Gwyn tried this once before, but could not recognize what they were. But now that you're up close to him, and you've had quite the interactions with similar things in the past, you recognize the markings all across his body to be those of runes.
Okay.
You do not know
And
if they mark what you might think they are, but you can very clearly see all across his body are markings of various runes that you have seen in use against your own party.
okay. In like, when did we see runes against us? Can you give me an example?
The Rune Thief.
Okay.
And so you can see similar runic markings on his body as to
Okay.
when you were fighting the Rune Thief and the Rune Thief's
Okay.
minions.
Okay.
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 back to
So
game
even if
channel.
I don't know, wait. So even if I don't know specifically what each rune is, I recognize them as being the same.
Man, with the 26, a natural 20, I will say you can spy at least visible on him now, like on his arms and his torso. You can't really see his back, back of his arms, back of his legs, or anything. You can spy a lot of the runes. The only one that you can't seem to find is Degas. Which, to remind, is the last rune the Rune Thief needed to ascend to power.
That we stole back in a way.
Yeah. So at least visibly, you can see every other rune except Degas. Whether that means it's not there or it's on another part of his body, you just can't see it visibly.
I'm thinking if you'll let me do this, like, probably the light isn't very good in here and stuff like that, and maybe he has sleeves on.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just grab his hand and then, like, push his sleeve up?
Sure. We're gonna go back to Game Channel A for that.
Okay.
All right. Hello.
Welcome back. You're just in time to find out that I can shit out 500 d6 worth of lightning damage from my butt.
Wonderful.
Perfect.
Yep.
As we're
Perfect.
back, you all
Perfect.
see Astrid grab the hermit's arm and push up one of his sleeves.
Ooh, that's always dramatic in movies when that happens. I love
Yeah.
that.
And to everyone, what is revealed is there are various runic markings across his arm.
Do I know
Astrid
what
looks
the
down.
runes are?
Astrid looks down and says, "Oh, well, this is interesting. Wow, we've seen some beautiful rune work like this before. How did you come to have it, I wonder?"
He says, in almost like a sharp tone, in response, I know I was a great warrior in Midgard. Many great warriors carry themselves with runes.
So do you just
Sure,
have...
runes are powerful, runes do things, but like, okay. Give me more, weird guy.
Do these runes look like those that were on the Rune Thief?
Funny you would say that.
They do seem to be similar runes of power tattooed on this figure that you've seen previously in battle.
Do I recognize the runes?
Give me an Arcana.
Okay.
I will assist. I will be like pointing them out. Oh, look, here's this one. Here's this one.
21.
You are able to recognize the runes as the various runes you've seen before. And Astrid, do you point out one specific thing?
Yes, I will say, Gwen, here's an interesting thing. I mean, obviously we are not looking at this fine gentleman without his clothes yet. But I don't see Dagaz anywhere. Do you?
You don't.
Don't
I think
see
we have
what?
to take his clothes off.
It's a
Dagaz, the
specific
rune.
rune, right?
That
Oh.
last one that the rune thief needed to ascend power. That one.
We
So
have a
that's an
mystery
interesting
guest.
thing. That's an interesting thing.
Did we ever get the name of the rune thief? Like what his actual name was?
Edreg. Ydreg.
Does the name Edreg ring any bells for you? I will say that to the old man.
Give me an insight check.
My God, I am horrible at this. Everybody else help.
I am definitely watching him very closely
Sure.
to assist Gwen.
Sure.
Damn it.
So,
Can I well, I said I was helping Gwen. Never mind.
I
okay.
asked this loud enough for everybody else to hear. I'm just saying.
I am on like high suspicious alert.
You
Paranoid, I think would be fair to say.
You cannot see any visible look of acknowledgement from the figure.
Hermit, you're striking a lot of similarities with someone we've toiled with in our past. What is the reason why you must escape? You're seeking to escape, but why?
Because I do not belong here. I belong in the halls of Valhalla.
Oh, well, we could probably help with that.
Sent here against my will. It is not right that I belong here.
Tobias is gonna walk over to Gwen and do I have a spell? Do I have a message spell? I do have the message spell.
As you're walking,
Okay.
you all hear a sound coming from outside the hut and a loud knock, knock, knock at the door.
Who's there?
What fresh hell is this?
Would you rather your hell be fresh or stale?
Yes.
And he kind of twists his head towards all of you and says,
Perhaps I should get that.
Sure. Sure.
When Gwen will actually pipe up and say, no, you stay here. And she's going to pull out the bag that Sindrig had given them and gives it to Astrid, and just kind of exchanges a look with her in hopes that she would remember why Sindrig gave them the bag in the first place, and just gives a very casual nod towards the old man. Oh, Sindri. Thank you. Very casual nod towards the old man, and then we'll walk up next to Tobias and say, do you want to get the door, or should I?
I'll take care of the door.
I'm right behind you. And I will remove the bag of holding from my inventory, so Pepper, you can put it in yours.
I would like to hold an action, if I may.
okay.
I would like to hold Bane first level, and the trigger is if anything kicks off.
Okay.
I would also like to hold a action, and I would like to hold a firebolt if something swings at Tobias.
Okay. As this is all happening, you hear a voice coming from like your back pocket, Astrid. One that you recognize to be the dwarf Sindri's. And he's saying, kind of muffled through the stone that he gave you. He's saying, I'm not sure if this is a bad time, but would you mind if I take Ezekiel from you for but a bit? I need another dwarf's help.
I will pull the stone out and say, we're kind of in the middle of something, but yeah, go ahead. I'm not going to tell you no.
And for a split second, you see Sindri actually pop into the house, look at Ezekiel, grab his shirt, say, Ezekiel, you're coming with me. And all you hear is a, whoa, from Ezekiel as he's gone.
There's a very, Gwen, hearing him behind her, will say, hello, Master Dwarf, and we'll just acknowledge him very quickly, but not turn around.
Okay. And it's literally like he poofs in, no sound other than him saying hi to Ezekiel, grabs Ezekiel, poof out.
Listen.
Great.
That was
just
mildly
a Tuesday.
suspicious.
It's just a Tuesday for us. It's
It
not.
really is!
I can't even anymore. Anyway, let's get the door, shall we?
Alright. Yeah, I'll get the door. Oh, hold on. Is this better?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll get the door.
Okay, you open the door, and in front of you, you see, standing maybe close to 7.5 feet tall, this large, muscly, undead-looking figure with a large axe in one hand. And Gwyn, can you roll me history, please?
28.
And the head of a large, black, shaggy wolf in his other hand.
A large what? I'm sorry?
Large, black, shaggy wolf. The head of a large, black, shaggy wolf in his other hand, which you recognize to be the head of Fang.
Oh, shit.
And he
Man.
stands there in front of the door.
Did you say he looked undead?
Yes.
Okay.
He doesn't say anything other than makes eye contact with you, Gwyn. You can see there are two burning eyes in his head, and he just throws the wolf head onto the floor as he begins walking off into Helheim and kind of around the hut.
She's just absolutely gobsmacked and drops to her knees and just very shakily puts her hands out and just grabs hold of the head. Is it fresh? Is it warm?
Well,
Like it just recently died?
As you grab it, you can hear the familiar sound of an axe scraping as the figure moves around. Give me a nature or survival, your choice. There is still
15.
blood dripping from it.
Oh my god. Oh god. Did I recognize the undead?
I'll allow another history.
Would I have had line of sight?
You would have.
So can I do a history
28.
with, like, story based?
Sure.
28's real good.
For Gwyn, a 28. You did recognize, despite it being an undead figure, you definitely recognize some features and looks that of the brother you killed.
Oh, I knew it. Oh.
And who Astrid felt the presence of being dragged to Helheim.
Oh, that's right. Shit. And I had not told you that.
Well, it seems like we suddenly have options for who to drag back with us.
Oh.
Feeling that the blood is still fresh, Gwen will jump up and say, we need to go after that. We need to go after that thing. We need to go after Vegar. He might have Halvard here. This is this is Fang. This is Halvard's wolf. That is
I
the only
will-
explanation you get as she runs out the door. Dropping the head, she's not carrying it with her.
I'm absolutely gonna run after.
The entire time, the hermit is trying to shout out to you all, saying,
You do not want to do that. It will only keep coming for you.
I can't go anywhere, but I'm following the. I can't move and see, but I'm following the direction of where the undead version of my little my eldest brother went.
and the old man's still trying to shout to you all,
If you help me, I can help you bring it down for good.
How about a counteroffer, Hermit? If you help us, maybe we'll help you.
I cannot help.
Time is
without
of the essence.
my strength. There's someone nearby who can help us. Give me back but a little bit of it. You just have to bring me there. That thing will not stop hunting you if it is here for you. It won't stop its hunt. I can help take it down for good. You just have to bring me where I need to be.
Who is it that you need to see? Give us a name, and how do you know this if you can't even
Okay,
remember your
I-
own?
I think kind of like pestering because Gwen ran out. We can't just interrogate him. Like, I'm gonna ask Kavak to drag this guy along.
okay.
Alright, yep, okay.
Okay. Give me an investigation, or perception, Quinn. Give you light.
Damn it.
You go running around the swamp of Helheim for a little bit, but you can hear sounds of creatures around you, and you know delving further without anyone might be a bad idea since you cannot see where it went. You do not get far in doing this.
Gwen!
Probably like to hear, realizing it's more of a swamp area than really anything else.
I'm gonna stop and light up a torch and then follow after Tobias.
Okay.
Gudrun is like purposefully looking reluctant, but like actually kind of like bouncing out, ready to follow everybody. But like,
Is so
Has
excited
to-
to fight.
yeah. But like, yeah, it's very, very clearly excited to fight, but is like pretending to hobble and be like, "Oh, you kids," and yeah.
Kavak brings the hermit out, and he's still trying to tell you, answer your question, Astrid. And he says,
I've heard stories. I know of someone around here with the power to help me. There's a woman. She lives in an old tree. Not too far from here. She can help get me back my power. And we can bring that creature down for good.
I kind of shout back, okay, great, that creature, bringing it down for good, I don't know that that's necessarily our top priority here, but come on.
Kavak's just
No, 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 no. We're all gonna get in a fight.
Give me a perception, Gwyn.
Okay.
You just hear the literal dead wind of Helheim blowing with no
Dead.
response to your screams.
Gwen. And Tobias is gonna spin Gwen around when it's clear that there's no one in the horizon.
Gwen is just, she's like panic breathing. Her eyes are just filled with tears streaming down her face, much like what happened when she had to actually kill Vagar, and she's just staring very blankly up at Tobias. It's very obvious she doesn't know what to do, but she's unbelievably startled.
Let's go get him. In order to get him, it seems like we'll need a weapon. Or some sort of power. I think it's best if we start on our way now.
But Halvard may be here and he's in danger. Fang's not with him.
If we have no lead, we're only going to meander. We need to find direction.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So Astrid comes up and puts her arms around Gwen and says, I don't know why, but I feel like all of this is related. And I think we need to stay on the original path because it seems like there's a lot of things that don't want us to.
You know, I was gonna complain about kids you days, but I like the fact that you're like, yeah, let's do what everyone's telling us not to do. Fight the system! Gudrun is canonically 30 feet away right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just shouting. I'm not going to get involved with this, but I love the idea of breaking the norm. Shout from the old lady.
We did finish our long rest, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, if something's trying to pull us off the path, then we do need to get back on it, but where do we go?
She just turns to Kavak and says, Aesir, the Aesir, any ideas? Any clues? Which way?
He kind of pauses for a minute and says, I was not told much, but I do sense a feeling we would have to move deeper into Helheim.
Of course. Pi, out of character, remind me how these soul bags work.
Is that just the bag of holding?
No,
Yeah.
whatever. However, how was it that we were supposed to bring a soul back? What was the mechanic?
Oh yes, Sindri threw a bag of holding at you.
Right.
And said you can capture it in this. He said it's basically kill a pissed off person in Helheim, and when they're dead and their soul begins moving to hell, you'll be able to snatch it up. It's a visible thing you'll be able to see and snatch up.
Got it. So Astrid turns so that her back is to the hermit, and she's looking towards Gwen and Tobias. And she does a little bit of body language like Gwen did to her.
Mm-hmm. And
So she kind of
say, just real quick, when Kavak talks about the Aesir and where they go, the hermit does go, no, but give me my power first. I can help you.
So Astrid had the bag kind of slung over her shoulder, so she pulls the bag itself sort of in front and taps it, and then sort of shoots a look over her shoulder towards the hermit, like, eh?
Okay, there's a simpler way to resolve this. Kavak, you know where the Aesir are, and Hermit, you know where this friend of yours is. Let's look at this on a map. If they happen to intersect, then we're delaying for no reason. Let's start there.
I'm gonna roll something for Kavak. Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll just give you this information. I'm going to move you guys to a map. Kavak is able to taste the air and hone his visions and what he was told. You all on the map of Helheim?
Yep.
You are here.
Yeah.
You are here. Kavak feels the presence of the Aesir close to Hell's Palace.
Oh.
What about Hell's Kitchen?
Yes, Gordon Ramsay is there.
Mm-hmm.
That would make sense.
Hermit.
He's angry. He's angry. We can take him back.
The hermit mentioned a giant tree, which is up here. The hermit needs to go here. Kavak senses Aesir here. The hermit, which I will remind, his whole thing was he needs to essentially beat Helheim at its own game, and he needs to trick it into believing he's living. Which, unfortunately, Astrid, you weren't here to accept the agreement, but everyone essentially said, yes, we'll help you.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
And the only exit is this one on the bottom left, correct?
The only exit is back through the gate and into Niflheim.
Okay. So then, theoretically, looking at this map, this would be the shortest route.
Could the Aesir assist us with this hermit, though, in terms of the fact that I 100% do not trust him?
Are you asking me that, or are you asking the party?
No, I'm asking the group. I'm asking the group.
I don't think we really know anything about the witch that he just mentioned, so it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I mean, do we want to... Well, okay. Either way, they both seem kind of unpleasant decisions. The reason we're going to the Aesir is to help us figure out.
To hopefully help with our Loki problem.
Okay.
That seems to be driving an awful lot of this.
I think it's a pretty high key problem.
I feel like I should punish you for that.
No. Well,
do it. Smite me.
In addition to going to the Aesir, in addition to going to the Aesir, one of the other things to keep in mind is, why is an Aesir here? Like, that's a really good question to get answered. It's very strange that one of them would be in Helheim if it's not Loki.
Yeah.
From mythology standpoint, it could be Balder. But I don't know. Mackenzie doesn't know if Balder's actually in this game. But from a mythology standpoint, Balder does hang out with Hel in Helheim until the messenger comes to try to retrieve him. So if we find horse hooves, it start a Ragnarok.
Yeah. You're right.
But that's like solid Norse mythology. I don't know if that's in the game.
Yeah, I know, but if we're going solid again, I was like calling on Forseti without actually knowing if Forseti exists in this setting. But whoever in this setting is responsible for justice. But that's Balder is Forseti's dad, right? Am I remembering correctly?
Perhaps.
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm wikiing. I'm asking. I'm asking Uncle Google.
What's the plan for the party? Go straight to Hell's Castle or go to the Willow Tree?
No, it's Odin.
Okay.
No, I'm saying that Balder is Forseti's father.
Oh, got it.
And he is, yeah. Okay. Sorry, go ahead, Tobias.
Okay, so I think my vote is to go to the tree.
Can you game that out a little bit? I mean, and Astrid would actually.
Okay.
Why? I'm not arguing with you. I just want to know your reasoning.
So
because you're a very logical
reasoning.
person.
So here's the reasoning. My goodness. Oh, what's wrong with my mic today? Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my reasoning. The quicker we can get the hermit to the tree and restore whatever powers he has, following this route and then going to the castle means we're spending less time here. It also means that should anything happen, should Vigar pop up again, we would have the means to sealing him away. So that's 2. We get an angry warrior spirit, which I don't know what Sindri is going to do, but that's what we agreed upon that we would help with. And 2, perhaps we're sealing away someone who is seeking to do more harm to Gwen's family.
Okay.
But if we help the hermit get some of his powers back, knowing who he is now, he should not be going to Valhalla because he tried to start Ragnarok and try to make everybody forget the. Well, if his markings are the same as, the rune thief, then what other intention would he have on doing that outside of making everybody forget the gods? That was the process of those runes, and he's missing one. If we bring him back and he gets back on Midgard, there is a chance that he could go kill that girl and get his final rune.
So, Pi.
Yeah.
That tone, though. So it is fairly customary for warriors to have runes on them.
It's not unusual to see men.
It's not unusual.
Thank you, Ginger. That's exactly where my brain went.
It's not unusual. I mean, yeah, it's not an unusual thing within the culture of the various clans to have tattooed runes.
So just though writing on my natural 20 for a 26 earlier, when I was examining him closely, it seems to me like a lot of times people will do 1 or 2 runes, like for a particular type of protection or whatever. But this dude is covered in them.
He is covered in them.
And that's not exactly standard practice.
That's not standard practice.
Okay.
Even
So-
the minions of the Rune Thief were only covered in one or two.
Okay.
But they were more like branded rather than tattooed. It was like...
Got it. Okay. But these are actual tattoos, not
These
brands.
look to be actual tattoos, which I will also remind the Rune Thief himself was not branded. He was actually covered in tattoos.
Okay, so Astrid turns to Gwen and says, I have a bad feeling, and I assume that we're having this conversation like sidebarred.
Yeah,
Like we've
Kavak
got
is
Kavak
still holding
holding
on to
him.
the
Yeah.
hermit.
So we're out of listening, hopefully listening distance. I have a terrible feeling about this man. I am concerned about what might happen if his strength is restored. And it's made even more muddy by the fact that we promised to help him. But I think maybe we should go find this woman and kind of take stock of her and see if that gives us any more insight on anything with our hermit here. I mean, if it's obviously, the Wicked Witch of the West, then everything smells bad and we don't do it.
I'm inclined to agree with you and Tobias about seeking out the witch for counsel. But if this man is a rune thief of the past, it's not to say that his power is not great. We've fought the rune thief before. We know how powerful that is, missing one rune. So I don't deny his abilities to be able to help us with Vagar. But he is not welcome in Valhalla. And the last thing that we want is for that to return to Midgard, because then all of our work we did is for naught.
If we find out that he is bad news, then we kill him and put his soul in the bag. There, problem solved. And Astrid is just looking absolutely fierce.
Seeing the determination in Astrid's face, Gwen will give a nod and then look to Tobias for the kind of final agreement before looking over at Gudrun, who's probably just basically gonna go along for the ride at this point. Unless she's like snuck her way over without any of us noticing.
I was gonna say, Gudrun is probably doing her best to eavesdrop on this entire thing, while also not engaging in any way whatsoever.
Gudrun, roll me a stealth.
Hey.
Passive about 10 here.
Gudrun does tend to just, pop out of nowhere.
Damn it!
No, you all notice Gudrun.
So we keep edging over away from
like
her.
Slow steps over, like a little whistle, like doo-doo-doo.
Yep, exactly that.
Don't mind me.
And then we just scooch over a little further, and then she scooches over a little further.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then we are agreed?
We are heading towards the tree, it seems.
Yes.
I agree.
Okay, good. Yes. Fabulous. I'm so glad.
Good. I'm glad you're happy, kiddo. Slap on the back.
Okay. So you guys set off towards the tree?
Yeah.
Okay. Can someone roll me a d4, please?
I'll do it. Oh, too late.
Okay. I'm gonna put you on a map. A lovely little map.
Woohoo!
You might be getting your wish, Gudrun.
Allow me to debunk.
Well, if we beat Vagar, then we really don't need to take this guy to the witch.
Right?
Well, he was saying that he can't be beaten. Not down here.
Who is saying that?
He, the hermit.
Oh, well, we have only his word on it.
Welcome to my map.
Ooh, neat.
As you walk through the dead swamp.
Pi, point of order. How long has it been since the original fight with Vagar? Has it passed 7 days?
Fight with Vagar. Go back to
It's only been like
city.
maybe 2.
Yeah, it's been only maybe 2, bordering 3.
Well, we've had the party. We had the party, and I think we slept twice since that. So 3 days.
Yeah, that's actually sounds about right. 3, maybe 4 days since the fight.
Okay.
Yep.
I think I'll survey the area.
Sure. Give me a
Okay.
perception.
Okay.
And Kavak will actually do one as well. Plus boom. Okay. Tobias, as you're kind of walking through the swamplands and ruins all about, you can hear loud footfalls moving close to your position.
From what direction?
From this direction.
Okay. I'm going to tell everyone I hear someone coming. Is this a wall over here?
It is.
Okay. I'm gonna gesture to everyone to hide behind the wall. Until we can verify who it is.
So Astrid grabs Gwyn's hand and says, "If it's Vagar, what do you want us to do? Do you want to talk? Do you want to fight?"
I don't think talking's an option at this point. Especially if he has Halvard here. I don't know if he was able to get Halvard along with Fang or just Fang. But the fact that he got Fang means there's a chance he has Halvard here.
Great.
Is Gudrun just gonna stay in the open to welcome?
Oh, sorry. I'm. You know, if I'm not in combat, I forget that the maps exist, and like I'll just stare at the map and be like, "Yeah, this is fine," and I kind of forget it. Sorry, it's a bad habit of mine.
Sorry, I meant here, and I would shrink. Yeah, I would drop. Man, if I have light going, then I'll turn to. I'll ask Kavek. Do you have the ability to see in the dark?
That'll do.
Okay, I'm gonna drop my light. We're gonna count on you to be our eyes in the darkness.
I'll put out my torch then, yeah.
Okay.
And I will drop light.
Dropping light. Everyone's going blind. Okay.
It's going down.
And Gudrun, Tobias, and I are actually behind that wall. We just can't put ourselves behind that wall. Just so you know.
How
Oh, my
tall is
light.
that wall?
It's enough to be able to shrink behind and like peek over.
Okay. Okay, so could I kind of like okay, peek over? Okay.
Yeah. And everyone should be blind except for
As much as I want to lie, I will say that I can still see.
You can still see.
Same.
Well, that's because there's not really. I guess did I not really, or is someone still has light on them? Maybe. Yep, it was Gudrun.
Oh,
All right.
I didn't even know I had light on me in the first place.
Checks out.
Yep. Now it's dark.
Now you're blinded.
Mm-hmm.
Blinded by no light.
Should we all roll stealth?
Yes, actually.
Okay. Do we roll advantage because we're in darkness and we're hiding?
No.
Damn.
Because of something particular.
Hey!
We all smell.
Could I beseech? I think Freyr's the god of the hunt, right? I'm gonna beseech him for wisdom regarding how to wait in ambush.
Sure.
So that'll be my guidance, because I sure as hell am not asking Loki for anything.
Mhm.
Okay, so here's stealth. And 1d4. Okay, 23. Tied with Gudrun.
That's not bad. That's not bad across the board. That's a real good average, guys.
Mhm.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna see something. 23, 22, 21, 23, 19, 12. Oh. Oh. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna matter, but I'll also roll for them. This is Kavak. And Mr. Hermit.
He can see the lying bastard.
Okay.
You know, if he can't see things, they can't see him. That's how it works.
As you guys are all hiding, Kavak begins describing. You all hear these loud thum, thum, thum footfalls. And Kavak is describing whatever it is, it's big. It peeks over. I kind of see it now. Peeks back down. Peeks back up. It has multiple heads. Pretty large. It stopped moving. And he pauses for a minute. I think it's smelled us. It's sniffing the area where we were standing.
Oh shit.
Its head's definitely turned towards us.
Oh, can I do a thing?
Sure.
Okay, cool. I would like to make a faint odor that smells like myself. That is oh shit.
Come on, say this through prestidigitation. You got
Yeah.
this.
It's only a 10-foot area though.
Rats.
I know. I only have 10 feet of reach with it. I actually thought it was longer. Actually, can I do this? Is this?
Patiently waiting.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm like pulling. I'm grabbing tricks. Hold on.
Mhm.
Tricks are for kids.
Oh!
Yeah, could I just start writing my Fuzark circle?
Sure, you can begin writing it.
Sure. I'm gonna put out a distraction. Oh, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put out the distraction because we're definitely gonna end up fighting whatever the fuck this thing is. I'm gonna put out distraction. So 60 feet away from me in the last area that I remember there being land, I want to manifest mind and I want to make that visage of Mimir appear.
Okay.
And it does shed dim 10-foot light radius.
Okay.
I want to make it appear 60 feet away from us.
And I'm just, this isn't technically in the moment, but when we long rested, can I say that I protect the inscribed Astrid because I rolled a 2?
Sure.
You did what?
Nothing.
Are you being nice to me?
I think we have anti bonk buttons on us.
Okay. So I'm gonna use this.
For real.
Yeah, I came up and I just like really creepily like you know what it's like, I'm not touching you, and I like drew a rune like an inch away from your face and then walked away.
How much light does it shed?
10 feet.
Bright and dim?
No, actually, it just says a 10-foot radius.
Okay.
So dim light, 10-foot radius.
So there should be something on screen.
Yep. Is that 60 feet away from me?
You said the last part, you remember where you saw land.
Yep. So 60 feet away. So probably right there.
I guess it could be up here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's very reasonable.
And I'm gonna roll something for this creature. One moment. Don't mind me as panic draws against all of you.
Hold, please.
I really need a Mimir token.
Okay. I was rolling a lot for it. I was rolling something for it to see if it was distracted and would go towards the light and the visage of Mimir. It rolled like 4 natural 20s to not.
God damn it.
Oh.
Such a good idea.
It was a really good idea.
You hear the sound of quickening movement as Kavak shouts, "Someone get some light!"
I will light my torch again.
I cast light on myself.
And as you do that... Ooh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah!
Oh, God!
You see 6 large and angry heads staring over the wall down at you. As you can thank Tobias for rolling the Helheimr Hydra on random encounter table.
Thanks.
And we will do something
We
fun.
indeed.
We're gonna do some fun. Because I'm a jerk. We're gonna roll initiative and then end the session.
Well,
God, love you, jerk face. Jesus.
Yeah. Alright.
How did I know when you said I'm gonna do something fun that it was not gonna be fun?
Well, you should always think that.
Oh, hey, nice.
You should. If I say something's gonna be fun, you should all probably assume it's not gonna be fun. Well, it's gonna be fun for me.
Is it though?
I think it is. Oh yeah, let me get the combat music.
I love the idea of Ezekiel just getting, like, dropped off right as we get into combat, and he's just like, "Hi, guys! Wait, what?"
I brought more chili! Wow!
Good old Helheim.
Just straight up
Hydra.
melts it.
And I am jotting down my initiative just in case, God forbid, something happens to technology and or Pie's notes.
Oh, don't worry. This will all be here. Oh, hey, the Helheim Hydra goes 3rd. Wow. Isn't that fun, you guys? My monster
Yeah.
It's so fun.
goes 2.
Actually-
So fun.
But until then,
Did you roll for Kavak?
I will next time. I'll let him roll for himself.
Gudrun, what was your roll? Oh, it's right there. No,
Yes,
you.
I was gonna say, I rolled it.
right there.
got it.
And we will fight. Well, I won't fight the Helheimr. You guys are fighting the Helheimr. I'm technically fighting you guys.
Fight!
But we will have a big monster fight next session as the party. I think I'm gonna have to update the party goals because there's a lot of doubt within the party's mind. There's a lot going on, and I think updating the goals needs to happen.
Yeah.
My goal is whatever is fight the system.
Fight the system. So do you want to uncover your fate, or do you want to fight against the uncovering of your fate? I mean, uncovering your fate means we learn more about good.
Also, I think we were owed a conversation between old blind guy and old crazy lady.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You
Sorry.
can say, hey, I know you, or I might know you.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
But is that because
Well-
something in the past has happened, or is that because he's the rune thief and he almost killed you?
We'll never
I
know.
wouldn't have said that to all of us.
That's true.
No, it's we were secret lovers like 10 years ago.
He actually started stealing the runes because he was pissed off at Gudrun for breaking up with him, and Gudrun was a rune master.
Oh.
You know?
Whoa, wouldn't that be
story. Villain origin story. There we have it. I knew all this was your fault.
Yep.
No head.
Honestly, every time I get deeper into potential Gudrun lore, my favorite ones are the ones where Gudrun was some variety of a hoe, and I love all of them. I think Gudrun was a hoe 20 years ago, guys.
Good. Own it.
Well,
Enjoy it.
We'll figure out what's going on with Gudrun's love life and if she has any mystery children out there in session 28. So everyone, say goodbye to YouTube.
Bye,
Hey, you two!
Bye.